Okay, we're back. Another episode, another chat. It's Mark, Ellie. We have a special guest today. Introduce yourself. Who are you?
I'm Taiyan Stevenson,
Okay.
or just call me Ty.
Our Ty. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. We're here to just connect. We know you're a filmmaker, and we know how that is and how that goes. And so for like anybody who's into film, who's trying to get into film, we feel like it's great to have these conversations with people who are actively doing it and being creative because it kind of helps. You don't know who you're going to help. But yeah, so how first and foremost, how's everybody today?
I'm doing good. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm, you know, every day is a good day.
I like that. I love that.
I'm here with you on that. Every day is a good day. I'm here for that. Today
Hmm.
was, today was good. Just very chill, flow. Just keeping. I got to go to the park for a little bit. I think I'm like addicted to doing that now and earthing for a little bit every day. Every day, I like to just before the day starts. If hopefully this new job permits me to be able to do the same thing. I like being able to just like ground my feet in the earth, in the grass, and like really breathe, do some deep breathing, and put myself in the moment of the day so I can make sure I have a good day to ensure it. That's like insurance for me. It's like grounding.
Hmm.
Um, other than that, everything's going well. Life is beautiful.
Yes, yes, I love that. Same here. I went to the park earlier. I always do that. Like when I like leave work and stuff, I like to exercise. But if the weather's really good, I have to go out into nature, walk. Sometimes with my mind, sometimes I listen to a podcast, sometimes I listen to a YouTube video or music. It just depends on the flow. But I like to make time to where it's just silence. I'm in my mind. Like
Just nature.
yes,
Yeah,
I did the whole take your shoes off and just walk in the grass and get all of that. So yeah.
I I always like to sit in a room all alone, just listen to nonstop jazz.
Ooh.
Like, yeah,
Mm.
it's kind of like my, I guess you could say my therapeutic. Sit down, listen to Louis Armstrong, um, BB King, all types of jazz singers. Um, who else? Duke Ellington. So yeah.
There we go.
Mm.
Yeah. So film. So like what's new with you, Ty? Like what's new with film? What are you working on right now? What's out? Like let's talk about film.
Well, right now I'm working on producing a short film for a friend of mine. He's also a filmmaker, Aaron Joshua Nelson. It's called Let's Decide Something. It deals with suicidal, and I think it's very uplifting and just and very emotional in a very good way. People can just listen and understanding this topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I'm written a couple of short films. One of which is a horror short called Hidden. It's about an escaped convict on his way to Mexico. He picks up this female hitchhiker, and come to find out she has a dark secret. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. So,
Everybody gotta go watch it. You gotta go watch it, everybody. So where can
yeah.
you find it?
Well, it's right now it's still in pre-production. Like I'm trying to find um people, uh a camera guy, crew, the budget. Nowadays, like other than the time and the scheduling, like the budget for the production is just like very difficult nowadays. So,
Right, with inflation and everything. So
mhm.
the street light is on. Tell us what inspired that short that put you on. Was it Shorts TV? Tell us about that. What inspired the inspiration for it, and the awards you've won, accolades. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you. The Street Lights Are On was inspired by the Twilight Zone. I grew up watching the Twilight Zone ever since I was 4 or 5 years old with my mom. Um, she, we still watch it to this day almost every New Year's. I like how Rod Serling tells a story of how one person entered the Twilight Zone and ends with a moral in a bad and a good way. And it's very fascinating to me. I love the suspense, I love the twist, I love the mystery, the horror. I love everything. The whole thing. So yeah. And and also after Hitchcock presents, you know, I love I love his work, from Rear Window to Vertigo to Dial M for Murder and
Yeah,
Psycho. So I that was a little bit that was a little bit inspiration, excuse me, but the most inspiration is from the Twilight Zone.
really. I like that.
Mhm.
Like literally, I watch those. I'll put those on like just like for background sometimes, or like at night late, or like if I'm eating, like sometimes just to kind of like it's relaxing and calming watching those for me.
Give
Yes.
a briefing. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I know
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
ahead.
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm sorry. You
No,
go
give
ahead.
a briefing of the short itself because I don't want to say anything. I might give everything away. Give them synopsis of the streetlights are on.
Basically, it's about this guy named Ed McCrae. He's a workaholic. Um, he going through a bad divorce with his wife Lucy over 4 or 5 years now, and however, he did something that was unthinkable, and that led him to the point of no return.
Mm. Oh
Yeah,
wow, that's
that's
interesting.
to without giving away. Yeah, I thought the ending was a good surprise of a twist. I wasn't thinking it was going to go in that direction per se. But like you said, now that you said the Twilight Zone was inspiration, everything makes so much more sense. It
Yeah.
almost gives you like a scene like it would have been one of those episodes from Believe It or Not, Ripley's Believe It or Not, or what's the show called? It's not Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's the show where you're trying to guess. It came out like in the 2000s.
Are
It's a
you talking about beyond fact or
beyond,
fiction?
yes, fact or
Beyond,
fiction.
yeah, beyond belief, fact or fiction.
Yeah. Yeah, it fits like perfectly into that. And I was now I see where it all comes from, like the inspirations and stuff. So yeah, good job on that. Kudos.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, and the awards, I didn't get much awards, but I guess you say a lot more recognition. It did got selected by the Crips and Screen Horror Film Fest, and which is actually sponsored by Shorts TV.
Oh,
So yeah, so um that's how the Streetlights Are On got into the Shorts TV network, because we got an email from one of the executives and say, "Hey, Mr. So and So from Crips and Screen Horror Film Festival had recommended this film, and we would like to buy it."
Oh wow,
So, yep, and the rest is history.
nice. So when they bought it out, so you're not getting residuals on it.
I I did get a buyout, but no residuals.
No residuals. Okay. Well, that makes sense in the beginning. It is what it is. But how do you feel? That brings me to when I ask you, how do you feel about this whole writer's strike and the strike itself with Hollywood and entertainment? What's your
Uh,
stance
I really don't want to think about that, but I
on that?
I
I mean,
understand. But to answer your question, I understand how the writers feel, because the writer's job is to create the story, and and we as filmmakers have to use that script to turn it into reality. But when you don't get the proper recognition or the proper respect, you know, it's gonna people, yeah, they'll get angry. They feel like I worked really hard, and this is all the thanks I get, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
and
prices keep going up.
yeah, and plus on top of that, and I don't get residuals for every time this show getting streamed or or getting on TV, stuff like that. So I I understand the pain, how for the writers. And and nowadays they try to use AI as a substitute, and I was like, no, I I'm sorry, no, that's that's a bunch of bull. That's BS. So
So you're strongly against AI and art collaborating because you think it takes away the jobs from us. What about,
exactly.
do you think it's going to bring, there has to be a point where we were able to collaborate with AI and it'd be a better result for both of us? I guess maybe saving time on producing films without the quality diminishing. I'm hoping, and that's what the future will hold, and not just studios using the likeliness of actors and
Yeah.
holographs. We don't know. I just don't know. Like where it is right now, they're already talking about. I posted in the podcast group about I think it was Robin Williams' daughter
Yeah.
studio using his likeliness in films and his voice. I think it's his voice mainly. That's terrible. I mean, it's terrible. I think artists have to sign off on that, don't you think?
Yeah. I do believe you like if you want to use my my excuse me, my likeliness, I want to you need to ask my permission. You know, back in 1989, Crispin Glover from Back to the Future, he sued Universal for using his likeliness from for the sequel. And that pretty much was the start of everything. Like you had to get permission of using my face to be on camera. So if you wanna is if you want to use my face, you got to ask me. But majority of the time, I'm not gonna. You're not. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna allow you to use AI or anything to like on your film. I find to me, I find it kind of like a little disrespectful. You know, it's but it's Hollywood. Hollywood just don't care about
Creators at
about
all.
this. Yeah, exactly. Creators.
What do you think? Where do you lie in it all? What's your where you see yourself as a creative? Where do you see your future going with filmmaking, writing? Are you going to stay independent? You're going to Spike Lee it out, or are you going to partner up and just see what based off what opportunities come to you? What's your goal, objective? What's your future goal in alignment with Hollywood, or is there no Hollywood in your future goal?
Well, well, don't get me wrong. If you want to be success, you need to come to Hollywood. But I'm not going to change who I am. And but however, I would definitely love to collaborate with other people, independently, you know, and also and oh, one more thing. What do you mean by Spike Lee? Spike Lee out.
Well, he's pretty much technically an independent entity. He's not owned by this.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
he gets his stuff crowdfunded.
yeah. Mm-hmm. I got you. Yeah, yeah. Crowdfunded and everything. So, mm-hmm.
Mm.
So when you are you doing these shorts to work your way up to your full feature? Is that in the cards for you? Do you have a full feature in mind you're working on? Or are you gonna take a something? You're gonna write it yourself, or are you gonna like take a book, or what do you have in mind?
I I would love to do a feature. Um, I'm actually I'm writing. I got some ideas for an upcoming feature where it focus on it's kind of based on the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray.
Where it's like the same
Yeah,
thing over and over.
yeah, yeah. So it's almost like it starts off with a death row inmate who's about to get electrocuted, and but however he keeps reliving the same day over and over again. But however, he has about 24 hours to prove his innocence. So I I wanted to, well, I wanted to start, but to answer your question, I always wanted to start doing shorts because I'm still new to this. But it's kind of as a preparation. And then once I'm ready, I'm gonna start doing more features because for because I'm still young. I still haven't fully got my mind developed, like as in like more expand my knowledge in the film world. But I would love to do a feature. I'm like I said, whether it's like either I can by myself or collab or anything. So
So do you like have like a certain type of genre or type of movies that you feel like you want to film? Saying that you like the Twilight Zone, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, do you see yourself kind of having like a certain genre of movie that you like, type of film that you would like to be known as, like a director?
I always enjoy suspense. I always enjoy crime and drama. You know, is those are type of movies that leave like just it makes like it's a nail biter. I
Yeah.
was like, it makes me want to like, okay, what's gonna happen next, or is is Jimmy gonna get shot, or like what, like something like that. And but I I always enjoy I I always want to get a I always want to enjoy the the whole. I want to do the whole genre. I'm that type of person where if I like say if I go to Baskin Robbins, uh get a taste of ice cream. I don't want to focus on that main flavor. I want to try the whole flavors. Yeah,
Oh,
with all of it. Yes. Like I horror, action. I want to do drama, romance, comedy. I want to do everything, but mostly, but I mostly I want to do drama. I because I feel like I'm very good at it, and I I I keep I know how to keep the audience from like just be in it, be more entertained, like be more like, oh, I didn't see that comment, if that makes sense.
like you just want to build like suspense. I do.
Feel yeah,
I feel like, and I like that because I feel like right now, like everything is so action packed, and I feel like all of the trailers are the same, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, yeah,
like what? No, when I say that, it's like, of course, they're different like stories, but in terms of like the effects and the cinema, like I don't know, it just all has the same type of feel to me. Not all of them, but like majority of films, especially in Hollywood.
yeah. Especially with the Marvel and the DC, like
Yes.
yeah, like I've seen it's the same thing. I always want to try something new. I don't always want to see remakes. I do not want to see
Yes.
superheroes.
So,
Like don't get me wrong. I love Marvel, but but Marvel needs to take a break. And I
yeah.
feel like, and honestly, I wish they could have ended after they did the Avengers Endgame. I feel like that was the perfect ending.
Ooh, yeah. I see that.
Yeah, to the whole Marvel universe. But it is what it is. Everybody loves Marvel, so
So, do you feel like Hollywood lacks original ideas, or do you think it's just because they kind of want to have the same type of people that they're not allowing new ideas in because they want control? Like, what's your stance on that, or opinion?
that's a good question. You know, Hollywood now, like Hollywood, I feel like I keep seeing the same thing over and over,
Yeah.
pretty much. As I said, you know, I always want to try something new. And there are many filmmakers have orig- originality, but I don't think they don't want that. Like they always want to see the same concept, like the same, like It's I guess you say the same plot pretty much,
Yeah.
because but I believe that like I honestly to me, I think Hollywood should give other people a chance, like new filmmakers a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely, I agree.
Like for me, I watched the movie Get Out, and back like in one of the best Jordan Peele's movies I ever seen, other than Nope. So it was clever. It because it has and it was so good because it was has a lot of originality. And even though it deals with racism, but it deals it in a kind of like a surrealistic way. And I was like, wow, that's I that's amazing. And like that's definitely original. I gotta give props to him. So and like I said, it's I feel like people deserve a chance. I feel like people needs to see more originality. I don't want to see the whole thing. I do not want to see like, oh, I it's one of those movies again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Already predict the ending.
Yeah, exactly.
Facts. I just recently watched The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster. It was so good.
I never watched that. It's on Netflix or
It's on Amazon Prime, but it's actually all black. It's one of those sub ones through Amazon,
yeah.
all black, and it's really good. It was really really good. One of my I guess you would say followers on Facebook, she was a part of the production of it, and I was like, oh, that's the movie. It reminded me to go watch it, and I saw it, and I was like, wow, this was very well put together. So it's basically like a modern day urban Frankenstein. So it's like something Jordan Peele would do too. If
Yeah.
so, if it falls right into the universe of things, I really enjoyed it. It was really good. You should check it out.
Have you
Thank
watched The Blackening?
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet. So it's a comedy or
It's a comedy horror film.
It was a good, I saw it in theaters. It was fun. And I like stuff like that. It was fun. Because it made fun basically of like 80s horrors, but like it was
Yeah.
like all black cast, and then you know how they all go, like something happens, they all end up coming together for something, then people started dying and stuff, but it
Yeah.
was fun. It
The
was a fun experience.
the
okay?
the black satire, like black people die first, and
It covered
and
like the stereotypes of black people in, horror
yeah,
films, things
yeah,
like that. But yeah, it was
yeah,
it was a good experience. I had fun watching it.
yeah. That was also original. So
So speaking of horror, what's your favorite scary movie?
I would say Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ooh, I put on part two the other night. I fell asleep, so I need to like watch the rest of it, even though I've seen it already. But
So wait a minute, are you dreaming?
huh?
Are you, you say you fell asleep, so that means you might be dreaming.
Oh gosh, I like what you're doing there. No, I think I'm in reality. Unless these lights turn red, and then it's like I'm in the boiler room. No. Yes, but you know what? I love and I Run Elm Street, like the original one the most, of course. But I feel like it has like this powerful message behind it. And I've been telling myself soon I'm gonna rewatch it for spooky season because I like how in the ending, well, it's been out for years, so most people have seen it. But I like how it's basically like Nancy took her power back and she that I don't know, it was just so powerful at the ending to where, like she after everything that happened and transpired in the movie, she was just like, okay, I'm not gonna let you get me. I'm so tired of this. You like really wrecked my world. She turned her back. He thought he was gonna get to her, and she really just spoke power on the situation. But I don't know. I want to rewatch it again because I really want to talk about the message that's in it.
Man, now I gotta watch it again. Yeah, and like I said, it was just so I the ending, honestly, that kind of scared the hell out of me. Yes, and I it wasn't until like years later. I watched it when I was like 9 years old, but I didn't want to watch it again because of that ending. So,
Yeah,
but as I got older, I was like, okay, I'm older now. I was like, okay, and
right.
this
But so any like filmmaker who's like trying to figure it out, how to get into filmmaking, how to honestly stay driven and stay consistent with their dreams, what would you say to those people?
I would say, just keep going. Don't wait for things to happen. You got to make it happen. You know, for me, when I did Streetlights, I I that was I expected I expected someone to come like film it for me and stuff like that, but that's not always the case. You know, I learned that what, if you very serious at what you want to do, you got to do it yourself. Learn learn how to work the camera, learn how to direct your actors, learn these kind of things, because sooner or later, when you want to be, if you want to do the filmmaking, excuse me, you gotta learn all those things.
Right.
Yeah, because you gotta be fully committed at what you do, and for me, I that was one of my things. I kept on waiting, and I have to learn that, what, if I wait, I'm wasting my time.
And it's not going to get done
It's
because
not going to get done.
nobody knows your vision. Nobody's going to
Yeah,
believe in you unless you believe in yourself and you show them that, hey, I take this important. This is my career. This is my dream. This is my art. I want to make it happen. And nobody's going to pick it up for you. I mean, I definitely understand. I've been there, so I definitely understand.
yeah. So like and and you're gonna face rejection,
Right.
and you know what, you just gotta keep on going. It it's gonna be all right. Like I said, you gotta make things happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's next for you? What is next for you?
Well, my main goal is I want to. I'm working on the pilot, a TV pilot called Soda City, and I'm about 85% done, but it's enough to. I'm kind of want to do it kind of like a short film, kind of like as like a treatment,
Yeah.
and then once it gets the success it had, and once it get the recognition it deserves, I'm gonna do the pilot, try to set up a crowdfunding, and get actors involved, crew members involved, and that's it, and and make it happen.
Awesome. I love that. All right.
Yeah.
So where can we find you online?
You can find me on social media, Instagram at Virgo Kid Production. That's VirgoKidProd. And also I got a Facebook, Taiyan Stevenson. Um like my name is on the Zoom call list, the name and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, and yeah, just yeah, follow me and and friend me. I'll friend you back.
There you go. You guys hear that? You hear that? So we want to thank you for joining us today, getting to know more about you, your perspective on film, what you have going on. We're definitely going to continue to see what you have going on, what you're working on. You have support here at elonpodcast.live. And yeah, just keep doing your thing. Like, we're proud of you for showing up for yourself, and you're also helping so many people in the community and around you, and that's what it's all about. We have to be here to help other people. So until next time, everybody, be great. Go to elonpodcast.live, check out recent chats, more of the human experience, Mark Rose, Ellie's Digest, conversations with creators and other people like Ty here. And yeah, keep creating. And we'll talk to you later.